Would it be y'all once again? It's Rezin 47 back in effect for another album review. Tonight, it's going to be a special 28th anniversary review for one of the most important albums in my life by one of the most important bands in my life. And if you know me, you know who they are. I don't. I shouldn't have to tell you, but I'm gonna tell you anyways. This is gonna be my re-review from the pirate band Helium's classic breakthrough debut LP, The Dirt of Luck. It was released 28 years ago today, and I reviewed this album already last year, but I don't like how it turned out because it was the only Mary Timony record I knew at the time, and now it's still new to Helium at that. So I dropped out on that one, but since then, I've heard her full discography and picked up on a lot more things to know and love about this album, so it's time for a rematch. And I told the story a handful of times, I've beaten it into your skulls, but since it's in line with this album, I'll tell you it again. My introduction to Helium. It was February 2021, like around like 9 p.m. I was just marathoning some Beavis and Butthead music reactions, and on the recommended menu that comes up after a video, there's this thumbnail of a chick just holding up a guitar, and the title of it was "I'll Be Damned." Like no artist name or no title song name, nothing. I had a feeling that would be something I liked just looking at that. So I clicked on it, and Beavis and Butthead were watching the Past Trick video. And like on a rare occasion, I was actually listening for the song rather than what they were saying. You know yeah, I know about what's that thing she's dragging behind her. Everybody knows that fucking classic, right? So I liked what I heard from the song. After that, I searched through and looked at the Past Trick video for myself, and fell in love right there when I saw it. I looked up what album it was on, listened to it, as well as the rest of Helium's catalog, Mary Timony's other crap to it since then. The impact this band's made on me transcends words. It can't even be described. So, before I get into the actual review, I'll go through my Dirt of Luck collection because I get pretty much everything there is. So, let me get my lighting situation going. Alright, so first off, got the standard CD right here. This is the OG with the yellow jewel case. No barcoder, nothing fancy like that. Got the disc right there. It's got the triple X, you know. And then it's got the bitch insert right there. And I've seen a reprint of this where it's got like a blue jewel case. I've seen that on eBay. It looks really cool. I almost picked it up, but I already have one copy of the CD. I don't need another one. But this right here is one of my most prized possessions in my entire collection. You know, not just limited to Helium or this album. Everything. It's my well, here we go. My Dirt of Luck cassette right here. You are not gonna find this on any like secondhand retailer. Your best bet on finding this is like going to like a flea market or like a thrift shop. That's the only way you're gonna get it. Because like this wasn't even listed on Discogs until like late October last year, and that's how I picked it up. Like that. I wasn't gonna let anyone else get their hands on it. So that's Patrick or Dirt of Luck cassette. And one more thing. Let me go through the booklet real quick because I forgot about that. So you just get your lyrics right there, like some artwork and all that. Then continues on the back, and you get your credits and all that. So I'm gonna go through that real quick. So I got the CD and the cassette right there, and I also got the vinyl. And this is the 2017 reprint that the Matador did when like they did with Ed the Ends with Anna campaign when that album came out. And it's got the entire artwork from the booklet just thrown into a gatefold, which is really nice. And the standard print of the reissue comes on a black vinyl, but I was able to score the Newberry Comics variant, which actually comes on blue wax, which looks way cooler. It's shown up as like a little more translucent. But holding this right in front of me, it's a lot deeper blue in person. So that's the vinyl. It's remastered and it sounds great on the turntable as well. So I also got the 2 singles. First up, got the Patrick 7-inch. This came out in '94. And I already got it at the ready outside of its sleeve. Then on the B side, you got a song called Ghost Car, which is kind of like a ballad or something like that. So I'll put this away. Alright. And then, last but not least, this is also one of my most prized possessions in my entire collection as well. Like, this is also like a one chance deal I had for getting this, and I got it. It's the Honeycomb CD single that came out in 1996. Because Honeycomb was the 3rd single of the album. And this is extremely rare. And I want to show up something, just a nice little Easter egg I love about this disc. If I can, let me see if I can get it right there. Copyright, all rights reserved, all wrongs reversed. I love that shit. Timony put that on like a lot of her albums. Like it's on the Patrick single as well. It's on like the disc for like the Mountain CD and all that. No, I just love that saying, all wrongs reversed. So I'll get my shit situated. Put everything back. Alright. Shut this off. We're like 7 minutes going into the introduction. Let's just get this done already. Alright, so The Door of Luck. Helium's debut album. It was released on March 21st, 1995. Produced by Adam Red Lassus. Salute to him. Cool motherfucker. And this came out on Matador Records. 12 tracks in strength, 44 minutes in length. The Helium Door of Luck album. Let's go. So it signs in on track 1 with the classic Patrick. What can I say about this, man? This is one of the sharpest, most classic songs ever given to the world. It's the most ideal alternative anthem made without trying. Mary Timony signs in with the classic creepy and sullen, running out of room in my little tomb. My little tomb. And she's writing a love letter to her brother Patrick on this song. You know, hence the title, nice double entendre. And she uses flowers as a metaphor for him, which is done to pretty good effect. Like right here when she says, this one is wilted and looks like you because it never grew. It never grew. This one is scrawny and looks like me because it's dirty and I'm so dirty too. Love that. Just the punchline on that was so good. Now she excuses it. Then she goes into the chorus with that. And I was fighting with my hands. I love how she just does her deadpan delivery on this. Because before this album, she was just doing like a more high-pitched delivery with her vocals, which I fucking love. That's actually my favorite era of her voice. But my favorite part of the song is the bridge. With the, you're the most beautiful thing, flower of life, bird of spring. The way, like, oh my god. It makes my hair stand up when I hear the song. Patrick, it's a critically essential track to know me by. It's what anthems are made of. Sean King Devlin's drumming on this song is so good. And Ash Bowie's bass makes all the difference too with his thick bass tone. And it's got a video too, like I already mentioned, directed by David Klyler. It's got Mary Timony with the half up, half down hairstyle with the pink dress and the mood rings. Just fucking up a plant house all for nothing. And one Easter egg about this song right here, I'll leave off with. When Mary says that line, plant a seed there to remember you at the Mayfair. The Mayfair is actually a neighborhood district in Washington, D.C., where Mary Timony's from. I thought it was from Boston because the Helium was from Boston as a band, but it's not. I actually had to put that together myself. Patrick, it's a masterpiece song. When I think of 1995, the two songs I think of are this and Mobb Deep Shook Ones. Fuck yeah, I actually put it that high up. It's that damn good to me. Fucking 10 out of 10, 100 out of 100, however you want to put it. So that's the first song, Patrick. Then we're moving into the second track, Trixie Star. What a banger to open up the opener single with. It's more downbeat, but a lot noisier. And it's got a really good nighttime feeling too. Like, Ash really shows what he's made of on this one. His bass rules this song. Sean's drums again also sound very damn good too. As far as lyrics, I love when Mary said, Vita Vita Nuova, because it feels so right. That just sounds cool. And she also shows off her guitar forever for Trixie. The harmonics in her verses are so good, and the riff she brings a song home with. Well, I'll just fucking play it. I don't give a fuck, because Matador is kind of lenient on copyright. Oh, hold up, y'all. Fucking insane. I love that shit. Again, a fucking copyright strike. I don't care. Anyways, great song. And this was always on Helium's set list, which makes total sense because it feels like a live song. You know, Trixie Star is perfect, and I rarely use that word to describe something, but this got it. And a fun fact about this song too: in 1999, Mary Timony, she did a short film with Brett Vapnik called Dream Machine, and her character's name in that movie was Trixie. So it's like a salute to this song, which is pretty cool. I like when artists do callbacks to their previous work, and Timony's pretty good at doing that shit. So that's Trixie Star at track 2. 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, however you want to scale it. Now we're going into another banger, at track 3, Silver Angel. This song is devastating. Mary Timony just causes wreck on this one. I like the organ melody that repeats throughout the verses. It gives the song, like, it makes me think of a carnival just totally rained out in like a dark gray sky. Something like that. And on this one, Mary shows off a talent of hers I've always loved, which is her skills to go back and forth with herself, alternating between her deadpan and her falsetto deliveries in the verses, which she also does on Hole in the Ground, which is another song that I love. But when that fucking chorus drops in, again, I'm just gonna have to play it for y'all, because fuck out of here, man. That is like pulverizing. I swear to God, man. Her falsetto cannot be fucked with. And that riff she does in the breakdown too, disgusting. She's my second favorite singer of all time. Like, only behind Kat Bielen. Seriously. She's that fucking good to me. And she brought hell to this track. I love it. And in a way, I could also see this being a 4th video single for the album, because there are only 3, and this is just a hypothesis. Don't run off with this, but I think a 4th video is going to be planned for this album, because I've seen pics of Helium like doing a photo shoot, like quote unquote. They're like standing around this torn up 60s looking house and all that. They got their gear set up, and Mary's like sporting like a long like jeans vest with like a baby doll dress on, and like they only have their equipment set up for a video, so could have happened, could not have happened. Only the band knows. But Silver Angel, this is a highlight for sure. I fucking love this track. The vocals on the chorus too, just fucking out of here. So that's Silver Angel at track 3. And now we've gotten like, what, 3 bangers like that off the start. Now we're going to go into something that kind of mellows out the album more. At track 4 with Baby's Going Underground. This song right here, it feels like being snowed in by like a negative 10-degree blizzard in the middle of January. This is really bleak winter music. And Tiffany's deadpan delivery again, it's bested here. She's just got a charm to that chill style that just gives me a good personal feeling. You know, like on this one when she says, "The moon is bright when you're bound. The moon is bright. The moon is round." I love that, and like her raspy deadpan delivery again, very unique. I love that. And then when she does the million days after the fact, and then it goes back into the fucking drumming section. Again, makes me feel so good. And then in the outro, she brings it home by spelling out underground, which just so good. And then Sean Devlin just starts crazy drumming for 3 minutes straight, like his life depends on it. And then and it's all in one sitting, which is a major statement to his stamina. Like that's something you gotta have as a drummer in a rock band. And Sean's so overlooked in the band; he almost never gets any props. He needs to get more love for like his work behind the drum kit. And then one more thing is like in that 3 minute outro, Mary's like saying some shit in the background, but I can't make out a word or anything of what she's saying. I've tried running it through like a vocal isolator, and zero results found with that one. So if I've listened to it like over and over and over again, I still can't make out a word. If you know what she's saying, let me know. And one more note to leave off of this track. This song also saw the debut of a new instrument in Helium, which is called the Viceroy. And how the Viceroy worked is like this. Ash Bowie would tune all the strings on his guitar, like his regular guitar, down to E. And he would play it with the drumsticks like a violin and shit. And it would be like this really atmospheric droning sound, which you can hear playing at the start of the song. And they call it the Viceroy because Mary's into butterflies and all that kind of nature shit. And I want to just say this real quick. Ash Bowie deserves all the credit he can get for taking Mary Timony from a level 10 to a level 100 artist. Like, listen to Polvo's Today's Active Lifestyles album from '93. You'll hear how he influenced her a lot on that record. Like, on this, like, on Dirt Block, Timony's starting to deliver words a lot like him, and she's starting to write riffs a lot like him. Like, she fucking worships his style, and she praises Polvo every chance she can get in press. Matter of fucking fact, it's her favorite band. That's crazy. So, Dave's Going Underground, track 4. And Ash, like, he really makes all the difference on this one. Now we're going to track 5, Medusa. This is some dreary, deep, dirty, underground sewer shit right here. The bass on this track is devastating. And it's actually played by Mary Timony herself. And if you got the right system for it, this will sound really heavy. It'll rattle your rear view mirror. Sean's drums again, so good. And the beat, the beat Sean and Mary came up with in the verses just really bringing like a basement feeling to me. And another thing about like Mary's guitar work that I love is when she does like the headstock picking. She does that like in between the verses here, and she does it a lot on Pirate Prude. It just really unique sound. It's just really grimy. And the chorus on this song is astounding. How she says, just simply how she just says, "Come and get me," with the riff that she's playing in it. It hits my soul. It just hits my soul like only Helium can do. Just her execution of the chorus is A-class level. And then when she does the fucking little kiss of death and things that die. Fucking love that. That's like again, Mary Timony's just deadpan delivery and like how much charisma and character she can put into it is one of one. And I love this song. It's a definition of bliss for me. One of my immediate favorites on the Dirt of Luck, Medusa. And now we're coming up to the halfway point of the record. Like a little intermission where you can go get a snack at a snack bar or something, you know? And this is called Comment Number 9, track 6. It's just an instrumental track to carry the album from like side A to side B. You know, back in the 90s, you had albums formulated a lot like that, where they had like an interlude at the end of side A. And this is basically a Mary Timony solo track. She's just playing piano, and it sounds really good. You got these sitars that add like a layer of darkness to it, and there's nothing really else to it besides like other than that. But I want to say this: I think Mary needs a lot more props for how nice she is on the keys and the pianos. That's always been one of my favorite things about Helium. So comment number 9, just an interlude. It's like 2 minutes, but like I let it play. I don't skip anything on this album, as if I needed to say that. So now we're gonna go to track 7, Skeleton. Helium signs back into the B-side the right way with the fastest song on the album. And Skeleton's the perfect title too, because the headstock picking at the start, it has like that skeletal sound to it. And this song is like, it's got kind of a mysterious vibe to it. You know, especially with like that guitar lick in the between the verses that's got like and then it really lies with that, and then it also lies with Mary's like whisper delivery in the verses, which is so damn dope. And in the lyric department, she's back on her Pirate Prude shit again. You know, with the feminist rays that she was venting on that album. And she really pulls it off without being fucking corny or overdramatic. I'm serious. I'm not just saying that. She really pulls it off. Like, it was pretty cool how she says, the only good man's a dead man. And then another one where, like, the second verse where she's like, you're such a loose little bell. Just, again, the charisma in her deadpan delivery cannot be fucked with. And then that chorus that comes in. Really halftime the beat, and it feels more like a breakdown. It's so heavy. And then like the riff after it that man, I'm losing my words right here, but Skeleton just goes in. It's the most fast-paced song on the album. And going back to what I said earlier about Silver Angel, how it could have been a possible fourth video. Since this album was like 95, I could also have seen like a split video with Silver Angel and Skeleton as like two birds with one stone shit. Like, it also feels like something that could have been a video. It's a great song right there, pretty mysterious sounding. And then this song next coming up, this is something to behold, and it's another song that always puts me in a good mood. Like I love this song like past English could explain. And this song is called Super Ball. This one means more than everything to me. It always puts me in a great mood. And this probably won't make sense to people, but for me, it's like weirdly nostalgic. Which is funny because I haven't had this record that long. But it just brings me back to older times. And the Viceroy is back in effect on this track. And this song has a video, and in that video, you can see Ash playing it, like the Viceroy, like I described it. And, they're just jamming out on a white screen and that shit. And this has the same winter vibes as Baby's Going Underground. And when that chorus drops in, like this right here. I go fucking ballistic when that fucking synth comes in. Oh my god. Again, Tiffany's deadpan delivery on this song. Tiffany feels so damn good, just like, I fucking love it. I played this song like 200 full times, and I'm still not burnt out on it. You can say that's insane, I don't give a fuck. It's the I'm mad as hell. And then there's another moment on this song where she says, everything I say ends with "and." I mentioned that album like when I was going through my vinyl. That Ends with "and" compilation from 2017 is a fucking masterpiece. The songs on that record mean as much to me as the songs here. And the vinyl I have of that, it's the best album packaging I've ever seen. Like, there's so much put into it. There's hours of just content throughout that record with the music and like the packaging. You know, I got all the pics, like all the different interviews thrown together, and then you got the band breaking down the history of Helium. You know, and this song was also so good, it got its own EP, the Super Bowl Plus EP, and that is just a crazy EP. Like, you know, it's got like "What Institution Are You From," which is a song to die for. And then on that EP, you can really hear the talent in Mary Timmy's keyboard playing on that. And so yeah, Super Bowl classic. It's another song to know me by. Go fucking listen to it, you peasants. And then now we're gonna get into like the really bleak part of the album, starting up here with track 9, which is called "All the X's Have Wings." Dope title right there. This is just so bleak and depressing. Most of this is just Mary and her guitar with like some atmospheric guitar feedback. You know, like the main riff, Mary singing in her raspy falsetto, is what makes the song so bleak compared to the rest. And I'm getting chills just hearing the song right now. And the lyrics on here, it sounds like Timothy is talking to a prostitute on this one. You know, trying to convince her to like how to like just stop the hookups and repent for her sins. You know, the "Don't fear the reaper, I have been down deeper too." And then, you know, just when she sings that after the chorus, it just really puts that bleak emphasis on the song. But then this chorus comes in like this, and it's just heavy as fuck, and it's unforgiving. And it drops in so hard, like the verses are so quiet, and this drops in like a bomb. Good God. But All the Exits Have Wings, it's another great song on the record. And it's again one of the dopest song titles ever. It reminds me of kind of reminds me of like the Melvins, you know, where they had that song titled Bar X the Rocking M that was on Stag. I don't know. It makes like it's totally different, but I don't know. I just love song titles with just individual letters. All the Exits Have Wings, great song. Track 9. Then this is my shit coming up, and it needs to get talked about more. Very sleepy, deep cut on the album. And it's one of the best songs put together by anyone. At track 10, "Oh the Wind and Rain." I can't help but put in amazement with this song. The musicianship here is off the wall. The bass on this one's also really good too, but Timothy runs this song. Like the piano's like right here. Are fucking amazing. And the raspy falsetto she adds to this song is also like just makes it that more hypnotic. And then I always get hooked by that pre-chorus, the "Until I'm gone, until I'm dead, I've been making a wish on this empty head. Maybe I should just go to bed or try to pray for something instead." This riff. One of my favorite fucking riffs ever. I love that shit. And then I love the chorus too. It drops in hard as fuck as well. So fucking piercing. And, you know, just that, because I do anything you do. Don't tell me that I'm rude. Man. Again, the way this fucking song was put together, like, The musicianship, Timony singing, the guitars, the structure of the song itself. 5 out of fucking 5, 10 out of 10 again. And yeah, love this song. Oh, the Wind and Rain. It's one of my standouts on Dirt of Luck. Something about it just brings me inner peace and makes me feel better. Because I go through a lot of shit. I just don't want to get into that, though. But this song played at night hits different, too. And I'm just surprised at how overlooked it is. And this might be named after that Jerry Garcia song. That's also called Oh, the Wind and Rain. But, oh my god. Coming up next. Oh, man. This is something that I had to be mentally prepared for to listen because this song hits me on another level, emotionally and spiritually, and hands on the Bible. This is one of the greatest songs ever written in all of music history. Dead serious. And nothing can break that statement. Coming towards the back of the album at track 11, we get Honeycomb. This song, oh my fucking god. This song is like, it's like Mary Timony telling this song about this mysterious woman that's like playing hard to get and like manipulates people with like her low down dirty behavior. And she warns you of how Honeycomb's low down ways can get you eaten up if you ain't careful. Ain't careful. Like talking shit about you to her friends and like flaking out on dates. So you're just better off staying at home. Just this shit. In my opinion, this might be Mary Timony's best moment as a songwriter. It's between this and my favorite Helium song, which is Magic Box. But my interpretation of this song is a warning about attachment. I've been through this type of shit way too many times for being 21. So songs like this are my fucking voice. Having a bitch flake out on you, trying to set up a date or a hangout, is some real bullshit. Like, not all women are like that, but these are my life experiences talking right here. But this song is so spellbinding. And then, the slide guitar throughout the song makes all the difference, and Timmy just puts on one of the best vocal performances ever. And I have to play you this chorus, because, my god. Fucking Christ. Oh my god. And fuck. That's like a top 5 chorus of all time for me. For real. And then the final verse of this song means so fucking much to me because it just speaks right to me. You'll see she'll put a spell on you. She did it to me and changed my point of view. She'll tie you up so that you can't move as you wait for it. It's like she'll fuck you up if you ain't careful. She'll manipulate you and she'll make you get attached. Basically, that shit right there. And Honeycomb's exactly what getting attached amounts to. It's a total curse, and it changes your outlook on the world. I don't mean to sound petty, but these are my life experiences talking right here. Life lesson in this song. Don't get attached, and be careful who you spend your life with. But, I picture Honeycomb like this. When I think of this song, I think of this. This is like their song for dimming the lights out. Sky full of lighters, singing every word in unison with the Helium fam at the very end of a show before you go home. That's why I want Helium to do it as a full unit to reunite before it's too late, because I want that fucking experience for myself. Hopefully it happens someday, you know. When Mary Timony did that Ends With Ann campaign, that's what she was trying to do. But hopefully it can happen again, like, sometime this decade. But no bullshit. Sometimes I get emotional when this song comes on. So, thank you so fucking much, a million times over, to Mary Timony for writing this song. Whether her intention was this interpretation or not. Like, I was going through some kind of shit, like this kind of shit, like before I found Helium. Like, and that's why it hit so hard for me. So that's Honeycomb. And now, finally, we get to the sign-off track. At track 12, Flower of the Apocalypse. Now, I think Helium could have signed off on a beautiful note with Honeycomb. That could have been perfect. Maybe even a better closer. But they said fuck all that bullshit, and let's just go out making the grimiest noise possible. This song is just a bunch of loud, crazy noise. Feedback from hell rings throughout this whole song, and this shit feels like the apocalypse. You know, Sean adds like some 808 to the mix to make it even heavier. And Mary's just repeating like a little Latin prayer called Agnus Dei, which translates to Lamb of God. You know, you can go to like ladyofthefire.org, the Mary Timony fan site, to read the full translations. And major fucking salute to Elena from the Super Bowl Facebook community, because that's her website, and I didn't know that until like this week. And I think that shit's been up since like '99. So, fucking great job, and she's still updating it today. So, props to you. And yeah, that's all there is to the song, just a bunch of noise and feedback. But one dope Easter egg this song does have is in the liner notes for this album. The credits for this song reads as Ash B and Mary T, Guitars of Death. Just something small like that just makes me mark out. So, Helium, The Dirt of Luck, their debut album from 1995. My favorite year in music, and mostly because of this. Like before that it was 93. But yeah, wrap up this review right here. In a nutshell, this is absolutely one of the best albums I've ever had the fortune of coming into my life. I have it in my top 20 albums of all time, and it's an all the way must-know record to know me by on a more personal level. And this is something I say all about my favorite albums, but this masterpiece deserves to be in the Library of Congress. You know, if DC don't have a hometown hero in there yet, Mary Timony deserves to be the first local induction. And this is my favorite Helium album of all time. And for me, it's the best project Mary Timony's ever done in her career. This should be mentioned when discussing like the best 90s rock albums. So should Helium when talking about like the best 90s bands. They're so unfairly fucking slept on. It's so one of a kind. They're like a genre in itself. And it really frustrates me like how heavily slept on they are. People aren't fucking listening. They're just turning a blind eye, acting like they ain't hearing shit. And Mary Timony should be in the pantheon of alternative artists. Her name should be ringing bells in the same respect as Kat Bjelland, Kathleen Hanna, fucking, you know, who else, man? Jennifer Finch, etc. Other artists from that scene. Mary Timony is on that level. She is S tier. You know, she's in my top 5 artists of all time. My second favorite singer of all time, like I already mentioned, and my second favorite guitarist of all time. Like, her music's changed my life in unmeasurable ways, because it's all getting me through a dark transition period of my life that's fucking really fucked up right now. But, and she said this. She said she wanted to make music that's healing. That's exactly what Helium is for me. And it's also helped me put away a lot of shit from my past, and that's real. So, my rating for this album. It's a whole ass 10 out of 10. Nothing else, not even a tenth of a point short. What the fuck you think? And my top 5 favorite tracks. I go 5 to 1 here. Number 5 is Silver Angel. Number 4, Oh the Wind and Rain. And number 3 to 1 is the singles. Number 3, Honeycomb. Number 2, Super Bowl. And number 1, Past Trick. And we get hit of water again. Now, The Dirt of Luck is a perfect album, but there were some songs that got cut from this record, and they were going to be on this album, and I want to talk about them. First was that song called Ghost Car, which I showed off when I showed that Patrick single. And it's like more of a ballad song, so I can see why it got cut. But that's a dope song. And like I said, I prefer the demo and Ends with Ann. Because it feels like something that would have been on the Super Bowl Plus EP. Another one that got cut is a song that's not even in circulation. And has never been released. And like, I don't think anyone knows about this except me and like the people on the Super Bowl community. It's a song called Rufus. There's a live version of the song on YouTube that I'll have in the description that I posted on Super Bowl. Hopefully y'all can watch it. And I've always loved that song, but I could never find any history about it. But the best idea I could give you is if Honeycomb, Hole in the Ground, and if Love Money from Pirate Prude all had like a three-way. And I posted the video on Super Bowl, and Adam Lesters had the details within like 2 minutes. I am dying, fucking dying to hear that studio version, because that feels like one of their best songs ever if the studio version ever came to light. And if by a miracle Red still has it, please get the green light from Mary and release it. I'm sure she'd love to hear it again too, because like I said, there's nothing out there on this song, like no information. And on one last note, I can't fucking wait for Mary Timony's new album. It's my most anticipated release for 2023. I can't wait for the reviews of the title, cover, tracklist, and all of that. And henceforth that this album gets pressed on CD and cassette, not just vinyl. Now, this is her first solo album in 16 years since The Shapes We Make. And it's my first new release of hers after getting down, like, besides Hammered Holes. And I think she's gonna flip the script again, and I'm sure I'll love it. And I'm gonna review her original solo albums once the rollout for the new record's on the way. So don't say I didn't warn you. So that's the Dirt of Luck review, done the right way. And this is my definitive review of this definitive masterpiece. Thank y'all for watching. If you made it to the end, you're a fucking G. Make sure you like this, share it, subscribe, tell people about this channel. You know, let's get the Mary Timony fam in this bitch, and let's get more people up on this band. So up until then, I'm Rezin 47, and I'm over and out. See you on the next one.